Skavenblight, a capital city of Skavens, and a place where all the plans and plans are put into practice. Nukes, a bit oversized rat wheels, even sniper rifles. We'll use all of that and more to create one vast network of undercities, using our capital as the bastion and only one city we will ever have. Please don't forget about like and subscribe, especially if you enjoyed this video. It really helps grow the channel. Thanks. We begin our journey in the Skavenblight as I just said, and the first thing we have to do is to attack the Tobarrow settlement. For some reason the modded Southern Realms have only artillery in their garrison, but it works for us. We have to unlock some technologies that give us rat force in the tunnels technology branch. It will be really useful later. And also we have established Under Empire in the entire Estalia province and got some cash to invest in the Skavenblight. And we've got attacked. They have a lot of units. They took me by surprise, to be honest. But in our Doomflayers we trust. The plan is to wreck their forces before they even come close to us, or at least slow them down and finish them off with our machine guns. The problem is we don't have pretty much anyone who could tank their forces, excluding our lord, so we have to micromanage with the Doomflayers, for example. But we won, and those stupid rats almost killed our hero by the friendly fire. That is the building we really need, and now we will sit there and sack the Tobarrow settlement a couple of times, just to farm the warp fuel, so that green thing next to the nukes, which we built from the warp fuel, by the way. Well, they have surprised me again. Look how many forces they have. Meanwhile we, well, don't have almost anything. We have to use the same tactics as in the previous battle, do as much damage as possible with our, in this case only, lord, before they reach our main army. It would be also really cool to not lose that lord by mistake, but thanks to our micromanage, Ikit Claw eliminated significant part of their army by himself. We just have to deal with the remnants of their army, which was not a problem at all, excluding the friendly fire that happened again, but I guess it is the part of the Skaven gameplay experience. They don't give up, do they? Another battle. This time I feel kinda forced to use an ancient tactic called corner camping, and we again rely on Ikit Claw and his ability to do serious damage to them. This is our only chance because we are really outnumbered, which is weird. We are supposed to be outnumbering them, not the other way around. And also look at that. He will think twice before attacking us again, as well as the rest of them. Thanks to the farming and those free battles, we have already 14 warp fuel, which is a lot. This is really funny. What about now? Even though we can have only one settlement, we can for sure build it up like hell. Just look at the amount of buildings you can build. What is going on with that AI aggression? And also, what do they need so many mortars for? So, how many units did this nuke destroy? Tell me in comments. I think it's like 10. And here it goes another unit because they cannot coordinate properly. And also their lord. And of course our front row had to collapse. Let's just trust in our special units. We didn't suffer heavy casualties though, for us Skavens at least. And we've got the workshop upgraded, just because we used our nuke. Endless Jam is a must-have when you play as Ikit Claw. Look who suddenly wants a piece now. Freelance slots are reserved for the special buildings like Council Chamber of the 13, which is really useful. It gives us more income from all buildings, which we really need to have only one settlement after all, but at least our Under Empire grows in size. It's time to get some free money and experience from the random encounter. This one we can auto-resolve, and with that money we can build Shattered Tower, really important building in our plans. And now we are going to research the beginning from the Undercity Technology branch. We kinda have to if we want to unlock other really cool technologies from there. We are attacking Tomb Kings, mostly for the expanding Under Empire, as well as the free experience and money, because it is hard to earn something with only one settlement. I guess you wonder how we ended in a situation like this. Well, turns out we are the ones getting attacked, but they picked a bad spot for the reinforcements, and 4 minutes in there is nothing left from that army, and even those Ushati they summoned won't help them. And so we are expanding Under Empire, as I just mentioned. In that settlement I want to build this building, because why not? That is also a really cool upgrade. Since we defeated Tomb Kings, I think it is time to go for the Karak Izor. We are counting on them to settle out from the garrison on their own. They stayed behind the walls, but we can auto-resolve that battle. It took only one turn to build the towers. First we are going to sack the settlement, we need more money, and then expand Under Empire. Food generated +1 is always a good thing. That's the last unique building we are going to build, and very quickly as well, only 2 turns. We've got some serious problems, those 2 armies to be specific. We cannot run from them like typical Skavens. So let's try to ambush them, also like typical Skavens, but I'm not sure why the game thinks it is valiant defeat. The plan is simple: all firepower in the Belgar Iron Hammer, who due to his short legs cannot really escape from that, and without him and his other heroes, the rest of his army doesn't have a chance. We'll put armies and spread the rod, which makes our army hidden. This way they shouldn't attack us and we should have time to regenerate our army, or have option to run away like typical Skaven do. Well, they did discover us, but we are the ones attacking, so what about now? That technology is super useful, especially when we have only one settlement. We have to stack upkeep production cost as much as possible. Thanks to the invisible army stance, we could actually escape from that dangerous situation, and we can attack Zara's kill and make another Undercity. The plan might look really weird. We are going to attack them only with Ikit Claw as well as Doom Wheels, whatever they are called, Doom Flyers I think, and use only our magic and menace from below as a support, but looks like they're actually going towards our army, which is surprising. Meanwhile the Ikit Claw and the Doom Flyers are here on their backs, doing damage, but as you might guessed it, that unexpected rush won't help them. It would be also really cool if that stupid Skavens stop shooting our units, but I guess it's part of the experience. Elspeth von Draken united the whole empire and now demands money from us. She's also strength rank number 1. Well, what about No? She's got 54 settlements while we have only 1. I think it's time to expand our Under Empire a bit. By declaring war on Grom the Poach, we'll try to siege them down, but I think they will attack us. Well, I was right. And actually we have to do the same tactic as before, meaning to make a lot of fuss, but this time only as Ikit, and this is just a perfect opportunity to drop a nuke on them. I don't know why they send a single unit of cavalry against our Ratling guns, but hey, who am I to judge? Especially since the rest of their army is still there. We managed to retreat, tactically withdraw Ikit Claw, so now our Ratling guns can finish off battle for us. That's interesting. 0 losses. We don't count those clanrats. Our Undercity Tobaro has been destroyed, of course because of the Beastmen, but we can establish a new Undercity. We will lose that Ratogr, but whatever. Just as we established Undercity under Castle Karaskon, Beastmen destroyed it. Well, that's unexpected. Karasakaraki is owned by the Empire as well as other settlements that should belong to dwarves, not Empire. Well, that's some dedication over here. Emperor Karl Franz with that really bad army is going after us through the vampiric corruption, suffering heavy casualties, and now suddenly they have 2 armies, we have to retreat. Or maybe we can catch that Emperor Karl Franz with an ambush. That will teach him a lesson he for sure will remember for way too long. He's got no HP in a matter of seconds. Well, those pistoliers hurts a bit, since we cannot catch them, but other than that it is going pretty smoothly. We have just casually defeated Emperor as well as the rest of his army, as well as our own infantry due to friendly fire. I know I made a peace with them, but there's a perfect opportunity to gain some free experience as well as money. We will be in war with them for some time, but I think it's worth it. We have established Under Empire under entire Riklat province, as well as the Midland, Nuln City, and now Koron. But of course they will still don't believe in the Ratmen underground, because it is Empire after all. But that's not all, we have also a lot of Undercities near the Skaven Blight, and we have another crusade of the dwarves. I don't know why they are even trying, to be honest, but okay, because you can catch them like that, for example. Subterranean Pit is giving us also another income, thanks to the technology from the Undercities, so technically we should have that building in every Undercity right now. But we need still more Undercities, mostly for the food and cash, so we are going after Arkan. He's actually really strong, so I hope I won't Brickjetter later. Well, that's a really weird battle. Of course we are going to auto-resolve that. I'm starting to regret that I attacked Arkan. 4 full armies, as well as 5th one here, and also those dwarves who are just happy to be here, I guess. And of course we were attacked by those armies, but only 3, which means we still have a chance to survive that. We rely heavily on our special units to do the most damage, like for example that lord who was taken down by the sniper rifles we have. For now they are coordinating their army pretty poorly, to be honest, so that works for us. But now that they have reached our infantry, it will be difficult for us to fire at them, especially with that bone giants, and the explosion you saw was because of him. And yet they have still 1 full army from the reinforcements. That doesn't look that good. We have to do something about that Bone Giant. Maybe those colonels can make him stop shooting at us. Bone Giant indeed stopped shooting at our special units, but now we have a bigger problem. They called Ushati as their substitute, but other than that the battle looks really good for us. They are losing their lords, so penalty for the discipline should come soon. There it goes, another one. And the last thing to do was to finish them off, or wait for them to crumble. And we didn't even suffer that many casualties. I see one stack that didn't participate in the battle. Can we ambush them? Well, we can. We lose some units, but I don't care about that. Piecing with the Archon. I don't want another 5 armies near my Skaven Light city. Thanks to the Rat Force, we can now unlock some cool technologies, for example replenishment rate, or food generated, but way better stuff is located furthermore in the technology tree branch. We invested a lot of our money, and I mean a lot, in very special building we can build inside of our undercities. It is called the Vermintide. We are building those under entire Recolor province, expect the Uberscheik. Also Wurtbad Undercity, Nuln Undercity. I also want to spread the plague in the Altdorf, capital of the Empire, just before our final attack. And we've got the first serious battle with the Empire, and even though it is an ambush, game doesn't favor us, but that's okay. You can figure it out for yourself who will concede defeat here, but I think the answer is rather obvious. Meanwhile, all of our armies have emerged from the underground, so we have around 8 full stacks and there will be way more. I forgot to upgrade the building in the Middenheim, that's sad. We are making also Earthquake in the Altdorf. So now all of their buildings are damaged, and we will besiege all their settlements within our reach, so Bogenhafen, Castle Riggard, and City of Neln of course. And I see there is a random encounter over here. You of course want to fight that and gain some free experience for our lord, Igbold. And since he's now level 15, our workshop got finally upgraded, all the way to the maximum. And we have gained 10,000 from that battle, so we are building the Vermintide building en masse. They for sure won't destroy all of our undercities, right? Well, that army is a bit tough, but I'm sure we will manage. Those woods are protecting us from their crossbows and also their artillery, and since we are in a corner again, they cannot flank us with their cavalry. The biggest problem is it's really hard to see something through the woods, and the lord got his 3 letters kicked, so now they should get the debuff to the discipline, and it should be won by us. Wait, he's actually coming back? But not for too long. Alright, now they should get the debuff to the discipline. I know it is hard to see, but we managed to encircle them, so now it's just a matter of time before we win. Just as I said, victory is ours. And now we have another battle. I think they became really hyper-aggressive, maybe because of the hatred, like all those Skavens emerged from underground, under their homes, so I don't blame them. But that battle will end very poorly for them. This time we have the artillery, well, not anymore, but we are winning battle at least, even without the artillery. The part where you have to chase individual units away or make them rout is really annoying, but whatever. The win matters the most. Why do they think they have a chance with that garrison? Well, that battle was easy. The game thinks this is a pretty victory. That's the most insulting battle result in this campaign, I think. That last stand of the army of men looks really impressive. Shame for them they won't hold long enough. As for the settlements, we are going to raise them all, because it is not about capturing or looting, it is about the message. We will also try to make Vermintide army near the castle Jackenhof. Destroying that gold mine would help. Those dwarves just cannot stop, they are everywhere. Where we go, they follow. But I think Ikit Claw knows the best how exactly deal with those dwarves. Magic, Doomflayers, Doomwheels, menace from below, and then we will just finish off what's left from them, I guess. And now the boring part begins, meaning chasing those units that didn't run away, and also dealing with that Ungrim Iron Fist, he's unbreakable. Well, not anymore. And those guys, well, we have to fight with them as well. I don't want to lose our infantry due to auto-resolve. The losses of 8, the game wanted to take 2 infantry units from us due to auto-resolve. The garrison of Neln with a supportive army attacked us. Auto-resolve is of course a joke. Let's see that nuke. I think I kinda wasted a nades from our sleeve. I don't really understand why they approach us so individually and uncoordinated, but it works for us. I guess that kill zone we made in the middle is working. That hero especially got destroyed, just as the rest of their army. Seriously, look at the losses. Since they have almost nothing left, the Jewel in the crown, the city of Nuln, is ours. For 2 seconds before we raise it to the ground. The next step is Altdorf, the capital of the empire, which we will of course raise as well, just for the message. For some reason we have a lot of negative income, so our momentum will probably fade away. So we are auto-resolving Siege of Middenheim and raise it, of course. The same goes for Wurtbad, and raising also Ubelscheich, because why not? And that's it. We managed to destroy the most important cities in the Empire, defeat their armies, make the Vermintide come true. We even have a secret settlement under the Oak of Ages, and all of that with only one settlement, Skavenblight. Thank you for watching, please remember about leaving a like and subscribe, it really helps grow the channel, and see you soon.